You ready for another blend? All right, so Madison just talked to us about her aggression blend, and I want to talk to you a little bit about mine as well. Now, my background has been working with mostly adolescent youth, and predominantly male. And in the work that I've done, I have seen a large amount of aggression, anger, and irritability in my students. So I was working in the public school system, and they had a specialized program for students that had the diagnosis of emotional disabilities, which was a very large umbrella with different diagnoses such as mood dis- different mood disorders. There were students with learning disabilities, as well as a couple of students that may have early signs of psychosis disorders, and then a couple of students that were diagnosed with autism. Now, with all of those different diagnoses working together, you can imagine there would be a lot of aggression between students, as well as frustration, anger, and anxiety towards the subjects that they were learning. So when they came into my classroom, I wanted to create a calm, peaceful, and relaxing environment for us to be able to work together. Um, and so I created this blend of oils that was able to achieve that. And it is made up of bergamot, patchouli, um, patchouli, fennel, and clary sage. So real quick, we're going to run through each of those and just give you a little pinpoint of why I picked each one. So clary sage is the first one I'm going to talk about. Now, clary sage is an oil that is very herbaceous, and it is really great for supporting hormone imbalances. So for young teens that are starting to experience a lot of hormones running through their body, this might be really good for them. But clary sage is also really good for working with stress and anxiety, and bringing down those levels of stress and anxiety, which is really important when dealing with aggression and anger and irritability. The next one we're going to talk about is patchouli. Patchouli is one, we like to call it the hippie oil, that is used a lot of the times to promote feelings of focus and just togetherness. So feeling present and ready to rock, which is something that I really urged my students to do when they came in the classroom. When you are in my room, you are focused, you are working, and you are here now. And patchouli was a really big help for that. And the next one that I want to talk about is one of my favorites, and it's called bergamot. Um, this is a citrus oil that comes from Italy. That is a very unique citrus oil. Most citrus oils are just uplifting and invigorating. This one is unique because it is both uplifting and calming simultaneously, which is really amazing when you're dealing with feelings of anxiety and frustration and confusion, and you start to lose control. Having something that can calm you and make you feel a little bit more happy is really important. And then the last one that's in this blend is fennel. So fennel's a little tricky and confuses a lot of people because most people think of fennel for tummy issues. But what they don't realize is fennel actually has really amazing emotional benefits as well. Fennel is an oil that, if you look up the emotional use behind it, you will find emotions like calming, relaxing, soothing, and it makes a lot of sense. So I added just one drop of this to the blend to create a, a response in the brain of relaxation, calming, and soothing, so that the students, when they walked in, would have a feeling of safe, powerful, ready to work, and calm. And it worked really, really well. So if you have students or younger children or young teens that are struggling, this is a really amazing blend to use.